This week, on the road van life essentials.
So parked in a really convenient place to film this.
What exciting items are we going to give to you this week? No, genuinely, they are actually really helpful
it's
stuff.
really useful.
Yeah.
Murphy's got a tick, so that's fun.
Yeah. Cheers!
She's back. Hey, bet you're all pleased with that, aren't you? After last week's vlog. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you got a chance to watch it. But yeah. We're Trist and Kez. Welcome back. We live in our 36-year-old Talbot Express camper van, Old Gertie, with little Frank and little Murphy. They're just having a little chill out today because it's a bit warm, isn't it?
Yeah, I apologise if it's a little dark in here. We are on the current hunt for shade permanently
that's
at the
been
moment.
Sorry, just cutting you off there. That's been our week's mission, isn't it?
Yeah.
Trying to find shade.
Beautiful weather, absolutely stunning, but two fur babies in a van. Yes, so I apologise if it's dark. We are parked basically in the woods. It's beautiful outside, but yeah, maybe a little dark for you in here, so apologies.
Yeah, well, it's been brilliant in this little, little car park. Massive, isn't it?
Huge. That's a beautiful thing. You would know if you've watched some of our previous videos how much we love the New Forest, because although you can't wild overnight park, there are so many incredible car parks to go and hang out in the day. We use them to work from, keep the babies, cook babies. Sounds weird when you say that.
Fur babies.
Fur babies. Keeps the animals cool. There's toilets, there's picnic benches, there's bins. So yes.
It's full of lovely people.
Full of lovely people. We have horses walking past our office window today. We had deer yesterday.
Yeah, little deer jumped through. Just this baby
Yeah.
deer came trotting past the van. It was like, oh, this is pretty special.
Yeah,
isn't it?
there's a couple behind us. They've actually bought their proper like garden sun loungers and are just set up at the edge of the car park because you literally are just in the woods. We love it, in case you didn't know already.
Murphy's got a tick, so that's fun.
Yeah, that's fun. He's been walking in the woods, so...
And he's got super long fur. He seems all right, but we'll decide in a sec after we've recorded this what action we're going to be taking.
All part of living outside.
Yeah. But this week, on the road van life essentials.
Let's call it an SOS toolkit.
Our van life top tips.
Our van life top tips. Especially if you're a solo traveller, I think this is even more essential. Like our kit's great for the both of us, but if I'm on my own in the van or Tristan's on his own in the van, then we couldn't do without these items, could we? What exciting items are we going to give to you this week? No, genuinely, they are actually really helpful stuff.
It's really useful.
Yeah, it is
So
really useful,
please
we
keep
promise.
watching.
Yeah. It's not going to be boring. It's number one. Hit it, Trist.
Have a breakdown plan. Really, I think that covers having breakdown cover, either one of the big ones, the AA, RAC, or I think Green Flag.
Go with AA, if that helps anybody.
Call them out. If you want to know more, drop us a comment. We've got quite a cool plan with them. You get like parts and labour on certain things if it needs to go to the garage to be done, and so some of that's covered under our plan. Yeah, have a bit of a breakdown plan, really. You never know when you're going to break down. From our experience and speaking to other people, sometimes that can just be on the edge of the M25 and then you need to spend the night at a garage. Before you kind of broken down, think through the steps of, if we were to break down, what would we kind of do? And sort of have some of those steps planned.
Your breakdown plan, we've spoken before, I'm not sure on a previous video, not about a contingency plan for if your van has to go into the garage. Make sure you have some money backed up for like a hotel or a family or friend that you can call on in certain situations. That's always really important. I always say I'd call Tristad, the most useful person I know. But yes, make sure you have sort of like, a breakdown plan. So your cover, accommodation, and a friend or family member that you would call who could come and rescue you.
I guess it's different situations. Some of you watching this will only go away for short weekends and weeks at a time. Your breakdown plan will look slightly different to what ours is as full-timers, and what it might be depending on how many animals you got, because you've got to take those into account.
We're going to now take you outside to give you the rest of this little toolkit that you need for life on the road.
Let's take you outside. Right.
Hey. So parked in a really convenient place to film this. Brilliant. One of our top tips is make sure that you regularly check your fluid level. Coolant, brake fluids, oil. We kind of check them very regularly because Gertie's quite old, being 36 years old. You're never sure how quickly it goes through things. Actually, our VW went through a lot more oil than this does. But top tip, check your fluids because sometimes they run low and that causes problems. So yeah, double check them before any long journey really. If you're off on a big trip, check your levels before you head off, check them whilst you're on your journey, and then check them before your big journey home.
We check them regularly now because we've been burnt, so you're learning from our lessons.
Don't say that!
Now, another crucial item is one of these. It is a battery-powered battery charger.
Yeah, it's like a Jumpstarter.
It's a portable jump starter, which if you are parked up in a spot for a couple of days, we will have leisure batteries, but sometimes the van battery will run down if you leave your music on, or we've all been there. And also, if you have an old vehicle, then in the winter they definitely need a little bit of a bump start. So it's really simple. You just have this piece which you can recharge. I should be doing the technical stuff. I said to Trist, I said, oh, I'll do this one. I'll be honest, I've never used this in my life. Trist is always the one who uses it. So yeah, so you can see you plug it in here and it runs up here with your percentage. I definitely shouldn't be doing this. And then what you do is you attach your red first and then your black. Once it's attached, then you press your little on button.
Press the one on the side here.
Basically, buy one. They get you out of a huge amount of bother. New or old vans.
Got us out of a few sticky situations in Scotland in the very cold weather, and in our van we can select the leisure battery or the van battery, and our leisure battery probably needs replacing, so it doesn't charge up very well. So sometimes I use the van battery for the pump to do the dishes. I try not to do it too much. I think this might be the first time I've told Kez that I do that, so this little thing comes in quite useful.
I mean, he doesn't need to tell me he's in control of the battery power usage. I use the power I'm told to use, which, as you can see from how I attach this to our car battery, it's probably good that I'm not in charge of power usage.
But what's great with this little unit is it does come with a little torch attached to the unit. If you're really confident and you don't need to charge your battery, you can use this device as a battery charger for your phone and other things. Great bit of backup.
A-okay.
Hey, me again. So our next top tip is make sure your tyres are always up to the correct pressure, because they mess around in hot weather and they mess around in cold weather. And as you've seen, every garage and I think on motorways and stuff like that, they always say make sure you've got the right tyre pressure, especially when you're carrying heavy loads. Not that Gertie's that heavy, but once you start getting bigger into bigger camper vans and motorhomes, your tyre pressure is pretty critical. Get yourself one of these little bad boys. I think this was from somewhere like Toolstation. It's like 15 quid. That runs off your 12 volts, so you can plug it into your van, or like your little battery charger, Jackery, EcoFlow, all powers type thing. And then just attach it, plug it in, and then make sure that you've got the right PSI for your tyres. Probably check those yourself.
Number 3. Okay, another van life essential is chocks or chucks. I never know what they're called. Leveling ramps. These are a godsend. These ones are only give you a little bit of extra height. Gertie's only got quite little wheels. We often always park semi-flat anyway. You can get much bigger chucks. When we had a T5, we had some beast of leveling ramps, which were awesome. But these work perfectly. You just roll on your tyre up there, slot this under the little gap, and you can see there you've given yourself a little bit of extra levelling, which is, I know a lot of people don't mind sleeping on a slope. You need to check whether that's good for your fridge. I mean, what more can you say about levelling ramps? We say get them because we see so many people sleeping on slopes, and I think that's crazy. Why would you do that when you can just level up, or level up with some ramps? But yeah, get yourself some ramps.
And they store quite easy as well, don't they?
Yeah, these ones, that's why we went for some slightly smaller ones. Leo, our T5's ramps, as I say, they were massive and did take up a lot of space. These fit nice and compactly into a little square bag. So yeah, if space is a bit of an issue for you, and then obviously they can just be used separately if you just want a little bit of a lift.
That's just one set of them. It does come as 2, so kind of 4 pieces.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, yeah, didn't see it there. This is totally the wrong time of year for this bit of advice, as we've literally just had, I think, the hottest days of the year so far. So you might be watching this going, this is totally useless right now, but hey. Our next top tip is when temperatures are looking to get to 0 or below, if you have, like us, ever the professional. So this is a release pipe for our fresh water tank. But one of the problems is this is totally exposed to the elements and then the bottom of the tank. What we've tended to do is when we see temperatures are going to get to 0 or below, we've actually emptied this out, because what we don't want is any cracks forming from expanding water, freezing, and then we can't keep any water in our fresh water tank. A lot of you might be watching this going, oh, our tank's inside the van, or it's all sealed. Good for you, well done. That's a great choice. But for anyone with slightly exposed freshwater and grey water tanks,
make sure you've got those emptied before it starts getting freezing. Otherwise things are gonna freeze, expand, and cracks and leaks may form afterwards.
One other thing that I should mention that really helps, that goes with the chocks little tip, is make sure you get a levelling app on your phone. The iPhone comes automatically with one, I think it's called the Measure app that Trist uses. It's just fantastic. You can actually go and lay a spirit level on your phone all around your van to make sure that a perfectly level van, or get yourself a spirit level. That also would work. But yes, if you go onto an iPhone, go into the Measure app, you'll be able to just lay it all around the van, which does make it a lot easier to know if you're level. The amount of times you can think you're level until you lay down in bed, and then it kind of feels like you're on a boat because you realise you're like -2 that way. That is probably, I would say, my top tip, because I've spoken to a lot of people and they don't actually use levelling apps.
People didn't even know it existed when we've suggested it before, have they?
I didn't
seem
know.
really small there.
I didn't know it existed either.
Yeah, I think, in all honesty, I think that's probably our most used daily app,
Yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
Out of all the van life apps, put a post on YouTube, and I don't think I covered that one, but last up on our list is, if you can, just regularly look over your camper van or motorhome. Obviously, we're not mechanics, and probably a lot of you watching this aren't mechanics. One thing our mechanic said to us, especially with an engine like Gertie where there isn't a lot in there, get familiar with your van, look over it, start to understand sort of where things should be and how things look, and then that might help you when you hear or see something that just looks a little bit off and you want to contact a garage, or just look over it every once in a while before a long trip.
Or get a Haynes manual as well if it's available for your van. Unfortunately, we can't seem to find one for a Talbot Express, but they are a little Bible.
Yeah.
And if anyone knows what replacement there is for a Talbot Express in terms of a Haynes manual, let us know in the comments. That'd be greatly appreciated.
We'd love to get our hands on one, wouldn't we?
Yes, we would.
Those are our van life top tips, tricks, van essentials, aren't they, eh?
It's kind of a mix of all of it, isn't it? Some essentials you need if you are going to be doing life on the road.
Yeah.
At least that's what we think.
And if there's anything that we've missed, and we always like to hear from you guys, it's all about the community. Drop your tips below, your van essentials, and anything you think, you blatantly missed this, because we want these videos to be as useful as possible for you.
Yeah, and before this video auto plays, quickly give it a like, because then it just, YouTube sends you on to your next video, and then you don't, if you're technophobe like me, then you've got to go back and you've got to find the video and you've got to like it. And so yeah, if you could just give it a little like now, that would be amazing. Thank you.
And if you're not subscribed, why not pause the video and give us a little subscribe? We really appreciate it. It genuinely makes a huge difference to what we do.
Well, without subscribers, we wouldn't have a channel.
Well, yeah, exactly. As we always say, we'd just be putting these videos out into the ether and no one would be watching them. We hope you found this video useful. We just want to say thanks to all the channel supporters that we've got on Buy Me a Coffee. You absolute legends. We appreciate it so much. And to everyone who's part of our channel, who likes, subscribes, comments, watches a video every single week. Mwah! You are awesome. You are legends. We really appreciate it. Thank you, darling.
We definitely do, 100%.
So don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you don't miss another one of our videos. And until next time, folks, bye for now.